Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I was in the middle of making my best of and worst of horror movies of 2018, and then I stopped and thought, wait a minute, what's on the horizon for horror next year, 2019? What do we have to look forward to? Some of them might be great, and others might be bad. Before I get to the actual list though, let's talk about some honorable or dishonorable mentions, like 47 Meters Down, The Next Chapter. I mentioned about how I thought this movie is going to be bad, probably going to be bad because of the first one, but there's a slight chance that it could be decent. It could improve upon what the first movie did. Here's hoping. The Gallows Act 2. When I saw this list on for horror movies that are coming out, I said, The Gallows? Really? That horrible movie with the dude with the sack on his face, and you found out it was the girl and her mom, and they were getting revenge for something about their father, and what the fuck? They're doing a sequel to that? Oh, great. And Annabelle 3, I don't know for sure. The first one I think is bad, and the second one is a huge improvement. So this could go either way. We shall see. And Polaroid. This is the movie that I think was supposed to come out like 2 years ago, and it's just been in limbo since. So I don't even know for sure if it's coming out. But the actual 10 movies, coming in at number 10, Child's Play, the reboot, the remake. Some people thought that maybe I was being too harsh on Child's Play because we haven't gotten a trailer yet. We haven't seen actual footage or video about the movie. But from what I have seen, the pictures, the posters, the concept, and what they put out as the premise, and the new AI robot type of doll that we're going to get. Someone even told me that Chucky might be possessed by a demon and not by a serial killer. If that's true, I don't know for sure, but if he's possessed by a demon, then what's the difference between this Chucky and Annabelle, or any movie with a doll that's possessed by something evil like that? The whole point of Chucky is that he's possessed by a serial killer. I won't rant too hard on this because it may or may not be true. Number 9, 3 from Hell. I initially was going to put this higher until I thought about the recent Rob Zombie movies that he's made, and they haven't been all that good. In my opinion, I feel like his technique, if you want to call it that, his ability to make these horror movies are getting worse and worse between the editing and the shoddiness and the dialogue. Let's talk about the dialogue. Movies like Lords of Salem and then 31. That last movie was shit. So, needless to say, as much as I do enjoy in a weird, creepy way The Devil's Rejects, I'm not expecting a whole lot here. Number 8, Escape Room. I just recently saw this trailer and it looks fairly interesting. Reminds me a little bit of Saw meets just a newer concept of a group of characters who are fighting to survive, and it's a game, and maybe they'll have some twists and turns there. Deborah Ann Wool is in the movie. Number 7, New Mutants, which I don't know if it's coming out. I don't. But if it is coming out, it would be a horror X-Men related type film. And so just based on that alone, finally a comic book horror film. Not saying it's never been done before, but it definitely doesn't happen enough. So hopefully that comes out. Number 6, Zombieland 2. Hopefully this is good as well. If the original cast, which I believe they are coming back. It's been so long though, 10 years or so. I don't know what they could do with it. It does feel like it's been too long to just do a sequel out of the blue. But maybe there is a good idea. Maybe there is a good reason why we're going to get the band back together. Number 5, Pet Sematary. the remake. Pet Sematary is a movie that I watched fairly recently for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. Really creepy. The premise is something that made me think about for a little while after. I guess doing a remake, like if I grew up on the movie, I'd be a little bit more upset because I did think it was well made and all of that, but because I didn't grow up on it, I'm not as against them making it. Hopefully it does hold up though. Hopefully there is a good plausible reason why they are remaking it. Number 4, Us. This is Jordan Peele's next horror movie. I don't really know much more about the film. All I know is that it's his follow-up to Get Out, and so obviously I'm looking forward to it. Number 3, Brightburn. Brightburn, that trailer, wow. It's the Superman Clark Kent story, but hey, probably more realistic, let's be honest. If an alien landed on Earth and was bullied and picked on the way Clark Kent usually is, he's probably going to be a dick. And he's probably going to hate humanity, and he's probably going to start killing people with those powers. And so I'm curious. I'm glad that it's not just Clark Kent and we're going to turn him evil. I do like that it's a new character, a new story. It's very familiar. The first half of the trailer is exactly Man of Steel, almost beat for beat, and then it turns, and then it gets scarier and darker and creepier. I hope it's not too much like the Superman story, though. At the same time, I'm fascinated that the movie is able to get made without a lawsuit. But James Gunn being behind it is certainly a plus. Number 2, Happy Death Day to You. And this movie, it could go either way, I'll be honest, because I loved Happy Death Day 1. I had so much fun with it. It was a blast. I love Jessica Roth, the main actress. And it was nice to see a slasher back when it came out. Big hit, made a bunch of money. So this sequel, when I first saw the trailer, it showed before Halloween. I didn't love it because there was parts of it where it seemed like we're just going to do the first movie again, over again. And then when it came out online, I rewatched it, and there were some interesting things there, like with the Asian kid, his character possibly knowing stuff or being involved, or maybe they're gonna get to the bottom of how this loop is happening. Obviously there's a new killer, so hopefully the newer stuff is good enough. Maybe some Back to the Future type stuff with the kid looking at his old past self. There could be some trippy stuff in this, and so that's what I'm looking forward to. And I like that Jessica Roth is back. But my number 1 most anticipated horror movie of 2019, probably not surprised because it was on my movies in general list that I'm looking forward to. It Chapter 2. This movie is going to bring it. It is. I fully believe. I think the quality of the first film, the writing and the character development and getting to know the kids, that part was great. I had fun with them more than anything. So when crazy horror stuff did happen to them, I cared. I was invested. I've seen some people say that, oh, the movie's not scary. And I'm not saying it's the most terrifying movie ever. I admit that I did expect to be more scared than I was, but still, Pennywise himself is creepy, and the mythology that's built into him, I'm sure we'll get more into that. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of my list of horror movies that are coming out next year, ones I'm looking forward to. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there a movie I left off the list? Like, comment, subscribe. Later!